Long live the king. Bitch! Hey guys, it's Fuzzy L, and I'm going to be giving you a hot take on the Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 trailer that we saw at Comic-Con. Wow. So this trailer starts off with Millie Bobby Brown, which I hear some people saying that that's kind of taken them out of it because they just see 11, which is standard for, you know, someone who just became famous to be in another role. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. But I didn't think it took me out of it. People are saying, oh, she looks just like 11 because she screams. Well, a lot of people would scream too if freaking King Ghidorah were flying at them. So I don't really see too big of an issue with Millie Bobby Brown. So she's a great actress, and I'm very interested to see what she's going to do. It looks like she's one of, if not the main character, and it looks like there's some sort of connection with Mothra, which I think has something to do with one of the movies from way back then. I'm not too versed on those. I've probably seen almost every single Godzilla movie, but there's like 30 of them. So, I mean, the trailer is fantastic. That music, I just want to talk about the music for a second. So I definitely like the idea of taking a classic film franchise, making it new, but still knowing the foundation of where it came from. And that music seems like obviously it's very high production value, but it feels like it's from the 50s and 60s to me, and I really, really liked it. I thought it had a very, very haunting tone to it, and with the nature of what's going on in this film, I think that that's pretty safe to say that haunting is a very good fit for it, and I hope that we hear more of that in the actual film, because I know with a lot of media, video games, movies, and everything like that, they tend to put something in a trailer that's amazing, and then you either never see it in the film or you never hear it in the film. So I definitely want to make sure we hear that score in there. So that'll be something to keep your ears open for. Can you shut your ears? Back to the cast. We got Vera Farmiga who looks like basically the main human antagonist. She definitely seems like something has swayed her opinion to be like, yeah, humanity's a plague, and we should kind of off ourselves, or at least let these monsters do what they're supposed to do. Almost as if she's on the side of the bad monsters, because obviously we can establish that, like, King Kong, one day. Obviously we can establish that Godzilla is basically, I wouldn't say a good guy. He destroys a lot of crap, but he knows the balance of nature, having been around for so long, and I guess we're going to dive a little bit more into that with this film. So he's not necessarily a bad guy. He's not trying to step on people or break buildings. He just happens to when he's fighting big monsters, because he knows what needs to be done. So Godzilla is kind of like I wouldn't even say anti-hero. Like I would say he's more of a protagonist, and I feel like Vera Farmiga is on the opposite side of that spectrum. A couple other noteworthy casts that I saw: Kyle Chandler. I think he could really bring it to this movie and not go overboard with it. I know he has one line in the trailer, and it's very intense. It was very reminiscent of kind of Bryan Cranston's lines kind of in the movie before he was off in it. I would have to say the one thing I didn't like about the trailer, and I guess this is kind of nitpicky, and you guys can tell me how you feel about this as well. Thomas Middleditch. I really hope, because this is a big kaiju movie, which they're calling Titans now, which I kind of like that. I really hope that he's not going to serve as like the Charlie Day, just kind of comic relief, because he's like a TV comedian actor, and I just don't kind of find him that funny anyways. I know he's from Silicon Valley, and that show can be funny, but it's kind of really hit or miss, and I just don't find anything he does on the Verizon commercials or whatever commercials he's on to be too funny. He's not funny. I just hope that this isn't a typecast role for him. I hope he actually shows some emotion and is a good character, because I have confidence in this actor to do something different. I feel like he does have a wide range given the opportunity, and I hope this is his opportunity for that. Osha Jackson Jr., probably butchering all these names, by the way. Bradley Whitford. We already mentioned Millie Bobby Brown. Now, one of the things I want to talk about really quickly before I move on to like the visuals is the fact that I know a lot of people were complaining to just kind of like they didn't see enough of Godzilla in the first one, and they were just saying like, take the human story out. It's crap. It's garbage. I disagree. Well, I sort of disagree. So I don't hate the 2014 movie. I definitely see its flaws. I can't even remember the characters' names. I like Elizabeth Olsen, and Bryan Cranston was pretty good, but I just don't think that they really nailed the human story home. There was nothing to really root for other than, hey, those guys are like me and I want them to live for the sake of humanity. But I hope that this one, and it looks like this one, is really going to give us a story that's actually much more emotional, much more weight to it. No pun intended. No pun intended. Old G's got a belly in that shot, which I know people are also complaining about, which is okay. He's huge. That's all right. Maybe he's ate a lot of fish. He's been swimming around the Pacific for a while. So I think that if they give us a good human story, which it definitely looks like they are going to, that'll kind of change people's minds as to just, oh, get rid of the humans. We just want to see Godzilla fight monsters. I mean, if you want to see that, go watch the 50s ones. I like the 50s ones, so I would recommend that anyways. I like all of them up until now. But there's not much weight to it. Kind of like Shin Godzilla. Like, there are so many characters in Shin Godzilla, but there's just so many characters in it. There's not much else to say. There's no depth. Hi, I'm the Secretary of Defense for this portion of the city or whatever, and there's Godzilla. Godzilla was cool in that. The people were not. So hopefully there's a good human story, but it looks like there's going to be a lot of action given the visuals. So onto the visuals, the CGI, the composition of each shot looks like a painting in every one. It looks like a beautiful movie. The only thing that I thought wasn't really the best visuals was when Millie Bobby Brown's going to like touch Mothra. It just looked a little bit unfinished or washed out. Nice cool tones to it, but I think that shot was a little too cool. Like they could have contrasted it up a little bit with something else. But there is that whole, Hollywood blue and orange thing going on here. But visually, the movie looks stunning. The shot of Rodan going over, and you just see like a hurricane winds like knocking over the neighborhood below. Just that shot of King Ghidorah like opening up his wings. I think you get to see his face a little bit too. There's a shot where someone's looking out the window. I can't remember who it is in the trailer, and you see like a giant head and eye open up. And I think that might have been one of King Ghidorah's heads because it didn't look like it would have been Rodan, and it didn't look like Godzilla's face. I thought it was cool that they show Rodan popping out of a volcano. It's supposed to be in Mexico, I believe. Mothra looks like she's in like a larva state at first, and she grows up to when she opens up her wingspans with the music kicking in like that. That's when I was like, they are putting effort into this. Like, this is one of the best movie trailers I've seen in a long time. Music-wise, they didn't really give too much of the story away. It gave enough of the story away, given that we know what's going on. People can't really complain. I have no idea what's going to go on in this movie. It's like, no, we kind of know. Like, I guess people are trying to wake these titans up, and I guess they slowly realize that Vera Farmiga's that's not a good idea. I could be wrong about that, but it seems like that's what's kind of going on. And obviously, the dissonance, the clashing of Vera Farmiga and Millie Bobby Brown's character looks like it's gonna have something to do with like a major arc in the story, maybe even a turning point in the story. That shot of the city where you see Rodan flying around and then you see like that storm in the background with the yellow lightning, that's King Ghidorah. I can't wait to see that crap. King Ghidorah creates like a hurricane wherever he goes, and he's got like the yellow lightning, and then when the music is syncopated up to it, so you hear like doo doo doo, and you see the lightning bursting out and that person like diving from it. It looks like visually it's going to be stunning, and it looks like it's going to have a story that's going to keep people entertained. I feel like people are going to be talking about this movie as how you can do a monster movie correctly. You can do an end of the world correctly. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. It looks like you can do a doom and gloom end of the world high stakes movie correctly. And you never know. It could just be a hell of a trailer. But I really hope that it reflects just like a smidgen of what the movie's going to be, because I have a lot of hope for it. I've loved Godzilla and big monsters and kaiju movies and everything for a long time. So I think that it's going to be really good for the industry to see someone make a good one. And not that the 2014 one was bad. Visually stunning, flat characters, flat human story, not enough Godzilla, but it was a step in the right direction. I know they're setting up Godzilla versus King Kong as well. So we'll see. I don't know. One of the last things I want to wrap up with is like the last two shots of the trailer where it's like a push into Millie Bobby Brown smiling, looking up at Godzilla like, yeah, I'm kind of ditching this crazy lady. I got this guy right here. And then it shows Godzilla roaring with the jets flying over him. Oh my God. Like, it looks Like, it's going to be so fun. Like, I felt stuff from this trailer. I know a lot of people are saying that they felt stuff from this trailer. I'm seeing a lot of trailer reactions where people are like screaming and like, that's King Ghidorah. Like, people I didn't even know would know who the Godzilla villains are. Like, it's cool to see that it's as popular as it is in my head. And man, like, I hope we're going to see things and feel things in this movie. That's really all I got to say about it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Sorry, kind of for like a rambling session. I didn't really plan this out at all. I just have IMDb up so I can look at the names of the people whose names I'm probably butchering. But that's all I have to say. Leave a comment if you're excited down below, or just what you think about the trailer in general. If there's anything you noticed that's kind of like an Easter egg, let me know about that. I'll catch you guys in the next one.